Brink is one of those depressing titles which is comprised in equal parts by promising ideas and flawed execution. After finding much success with enemy territory spin-offs for both Wolfenstein and Quake, Splash Damage would get the chance to create a new IP, and seemingly put their expertise with class-based multiplayer to good use. A civil war between two factions over a futuristic city also feels like the perfect fit, but sadly none of these strengths are capitalised on fully. While sometimes the loose mechanics come together to form an enjoyable whole, more often than not, these epic battles are crippled by idiotic AI, poorly executed ideas, and some deep frustration. With global warming wiping most of the world's known landmasses off the map, the only thing left standing is the Ark, a self-sustaining and environmentally forward-thinking paradise. However, with refugees flooding in seeking aid, resources and technology are pushed to breaking point. Thus, a class conflict is born, with the resistance scraping along in poorly built container cities, while the founders live with plentiful support in the main buildings. Naturally, this leads to a war, as each side looks to diminish the other. It's an interesting setup that, sadly, is told through such scant means that it never really develops. The few cutscenes opening each mission feel way too fleeting to provide any further context or characterization to this intriguing world, and thus you never really feel invested in either side's perspective.
Everyone in there made their choices. You hesitate for one moment.
Brink is a squad-based first-person shooter which inherits a lot of mechanics from the Enemy Territory subseries. Across 8 maps, each sees you either attacking or defending, which is dependent on which side of the conflict you are on. Each key objective requires one of 4 classes, encouraging experimentation and swapping at command posts. Each class feels well thought out, with the operative proving best as it allows you to spot enemy hazards like mines, disguise as dead opponents, and hack. Along with this, engineers let you plant turrets, soldiers can gift ammo and plant bombs, while medics can revive downed teammates. Character creation also lets you create a warrior for both sides of the fight, including changing body types, which allows you to wield different weapons. Heavies, for example, can equip Gatling guns. Key actions and victories reward XP, which lets you buy skills for both specific classes and general improvements, like extra toughness. So far, things seem well thought out and interesting. The problems begin, sadly, when you start a match. Brink suffers from a myriad of issues ranging from minor to severe. Shooting, on the whole, feels lightweight but functional, though the default control scheme borders on cumbersome, with so many inputs to account for, such as objective swapping and extra weapons. Parkour also plays a key role, with sprinting allowing you to slide over objects and scale the environment quickly. It feels decent enough, but can be disorientating due to a camera that borders on skittish. The most unfortunate issue is the AI. It's simply awful. Friendlies border on moronic, struggling to achieve most main objectives and often getting gunned down with little fight. Enemy AI can also be rather stupid, but grows to be incredibly frustrating as you progress. As you gain XP and abilities, opponents scale with you and gain said growth too, leading to any games after level 15 devolving into frustration and tedium, with the friendly bots lacking the intelligence to keep up. It can make for some nightmarish battles which, instead of being satisfying, are tedious. Brink gets old fast, not that there's much in the way of content. The campaign allows you to see the battles from each side, but with only 8 maps to spread between 16 missions, It grows dull and too familiar long before you reach the end of each side. What if missions try to offer alternative story scenarios, but it's more of the same. You can also set up custom matches outside of the campaign, including stopwatch variants which see teams take turns on each side in a sort of time trial spin on matches. Interestingly, all modes allow up to 16 players in versus battles or cooperative, which pits players against bots, and the entire campaign can be attempted in both competitive or cooperative. It's just a shame most players will struggle to see past the myriad of flaws here, with only occasional battles rewarding patient players with fun. Powered by id Tech 4, the same engine which powered the likes of Doom 3 and Quake Wars, the shine seemed to be rusted by 2011 if Brink was any indication. Suffering from severe slowdown, noticeable texture pop-in, and a dingy colour palette which drains the life out of the Ark, there are times when this game is downright ugly. It's a shame, as the exaggerated characters are stylish and well done. The audio is also quite the mess, with hideous sound effects that often overpower everything else, dull voice acting that adds little flair to battles, and underwhelming music that often crescendos before promptly vanishing. It's a real shame, as this lack of presentation pizzazz only further degrades the sense of conflict further. Brink isn't short on ideas, but unfortunately it is lacking polish, solid execution, and consistency. The squad-based war between two social classes could have potentially made for nail-biting and memorable battles. Instead, idiotic AI and mechanical missteps turn excitement into frustration. Throw in an ugly presentation, poor difficulty balance which punishes progression, and a lack of maps, and this shooter loses its luster very quickly. Even multiplayer and co-op options can't save this one from the depths of mediocrity, meaning even die-hard fans of first-person shooters would do well to steer clear of this mess.
Yes. Good work, brothers. Nechayev en route to a safe house. We have